As more people become fully vaccinated, fewer need to wear masks constantly, but they say please still do.
Yeah, that comes with some hesitation and some anxiety after wearing masks everywhere, right, for nearly a year. Dr. Aderonke Pedersen is an instructor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine, and she's here now to answer some of the questions about this unmasking anxiety, as they're calling it. Hello to you. So nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about this because, as we mentioned, all of us have been wearing masks day in, day out. How difficult will it be to kind of go back to what we were used to before, March 12th of 2020?
Yeah, what a year it's been. And I think the key here is that we are not going to respond in the same way. Some of us are going to see this unmasking process that the CDC has begun with the recommendation that people who are fully vaccinated 2 weeks out can be in company with other people who are fully vaccinated unmasked. But I think we're going to respond very differently. And it's important to keep in mind that when we go through a challenging situation, the outcome in terms of how our body adjusts can be very unique and different. And so if you're feeling some anxiety or hesitation, that's okay. That's valid, that's expected. And I think really making sure that we're pacing ourselves and taking baby steps if needed through this process.
What's the science behind having anxiety about no longer wearing a mask? I would think most people would be like, woohoo, I'm gonna burn this thing.
Yeah, that's I think what on the surface level the expectation might be, but in reality, we're not talking about 1 week or 2 weeks of a change in behavior. We're talking about a whole year, over a year of a change in behavior. And so our bodies have become conditioned to this idea of I pick up my purse, I pick up my keys, and then I pick up my mask. And I think it's just become part of the norm for us. And so going into this next phase of starting to think about, how do I, take off this mask and not have some level of angst is something that, on the front end, just having the awareness that if I can expect if I need to get my mask on in certain scenarios.
I'm having some anxiety because your shot is breaking.
Okay to take it off, but that's okay too.
She's coming back. We were losing you there for a little bit because the signal was breaking up. Live TV, it kind of works that way, right? I want you to talk about just briefly what suggestions you have for people if, they start to feel a little anxiety as they try to take these masks off. Should they kind of move slowly? Maybe one day take it off, wear it the next? I don't know. What do you recommend?
So something along the lines of what we do in exposure therapy is what I would encourage people to try, which is in small doses, making these steps. So things like, instead of gathering in a big group, you might choose with other people who are fully vaccinated 2 weeks out. You might choose to do a one-on-one meeting with someone and even keep your mask on. And so sort of create steps for yourself that you think will be helpful so that your level of anxiety is not shooting up because you're going from one behavior, overnight to a completely different behavior, but pacing yourself through the process.
I always say one step at a time, Grasshopper, one thing at a time. Take it slow. Okay, Dr. Aderonke Pedersen, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.